I remember days when we were younger. We used to catch opo in the mountain stream. Round the Koalau hills we'd ride on horseback. So long ago, it seems it was a dream. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. But I fear you won't be like I left you. Ke aloha ko me o ka halu. I remember days when we were wiser, when our world was small enough for dreams, and you have lingered there, my sister, and I no longer can, it seems. But last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. But I fear I am not as I left you. Me ke aloha ko me o ka halu. Change is a strange thing, it cannot be denied. It can help you find yourself or make you lose your pride. Move with it slowly as on the road we go. Please do not hold on to me, we all must go alone. I remember days when we were smiling, when we laughed and sang the whole night long, and I will greet you as I find you, with the sharing of a brand new song. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. To please accept me as you find me. Me ke aloha ko me o ka halu. Me ke aloha ko me o ka halu. Me ke aloha ko me o ka halu.
Oh my gosh. Jerry Santos, it is what a blessing to have you here.
Oh, mahalo! It's a privilege to be invited into this beautiful studio.
Thank you so much. We're gonna go back in time a little bit, talk story a little bit, share some stories that maybe you haven't shared in a while. I hear that song today, Jerry, and I didn't realize how emotional I was gonna feel to hear you sing it right like this, knowing that song has been like an anthem for us for many, many years, decades, in fact. When you sing that song today, for the umpteenth time, but is it even more emotional and powerful, the words to you?
You know, it's a strange thing for a songwriter. Sometimes you find one song that connects with people in a way that you never imagined. That song was written for my Hanai sister who taught me to play the guitar. So it's a very personal message that I just set to music, never thinking that it would have an effect in that way or even considering it. But over the years, what it's become obvious to me is that when people hear that song, they don't necessarily hear my story. They hear their own story.
Yeah.
So everywhere I go and everybody who records it, they put their own story into and they want to tell you what that story is. So I'm really grateful for that because it's really informed me over and over. And as people in my life have gone to the other side, including the person the song was written for, every time I sing it, depending on the place and who I'm singing it for, it takes on different kinds of meanings and attitudes.
Well said, and thank you for sharing that. Because even your opening line, you know, I used to catch opo in the mountain stream.
That's all we had in Kahalu when we were growing up.
You know, a lot of us had
there was
that.
no roads out of there. There was no kahikili or anything when, you know, we were kids in Kahalu. So you had to make your own entertainment.
Right. And a lot of the keiki today, they don't even know what is opo. Right? And what, you know, and then to hear you saying, I remember days when we were wiser. Boy, wisdom comes with age oftentimes, but...
You know, I always dreamed of music, and so going out into the world to make music a lot of times means in our minds as younger people, you have to take it somewhere else.
Right.
But in order to be successful in international and national market, you have to change your own persona, you know, to fit the music and to fit the markets that you're trying to be a part of. And once I got out in the world, I realized that's not what I wanted at all.
Right.
So finding a way to create your own voice in a place that you love and are comfortable in can be the catalyst to go and travel and do other things. You don't necessarily have to go somewhere else. So that's where the wiser comes in.
Right.
I think the wisest thing I ever did was write this song and come home.
Yes. Cool, homie. Come home. I you know, when I knowing that you was going to come, I figured I better take off my shoes and get my toes in the sand like you. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, no.
It feels good, yeah?
For me, it's like I won't trip over any wires if I can feel them under my feet.
Yeah, it feels good.
I don't even think of my feet until people tell me, you know, oh my God, you're wearing shoes.
Yes.
I have shoes.
Yeah.
I just leave them by the side of the stage.
I got a funny story I can share with you about Kamehameha schools and shoes. But, you know, before we go any further, I want to thank you, mahalo you for coming. Mahalo to our sponsors for making this happen. Hawaiian Airlines, we are grateful for Hawaiian Airlines, First Hawaiian Bank, and First Insurance Company of Hawaii, who allow this digital effort to go through. So folks at home, thank you for your, if you're at office or work, enjoy the moment with Jerry. And we're going to open up for questions a little later. But, you know, one more thing before we take it back to 1999. You performed, and we're going to hear 1999. You were in the old building in Dole Street.
Yep.
So this is your first time in this to perform. Here.
Doing any kind of filming or any kind of a program, this is the first time that I've actually done anything live here at the new studio. I played in the driveway.
Yeah.
I sang for the dedication of the new home.
Yes. But YouTube and digital, and boy, we've come a long way. Huh?
Thank you guys for joining us in this capacity because, you know, I'm moving into the modern age. Yeah. Kicking and screaming and not knowing where I'm going, but
resisting.
Mahalo
But
ke
yeah,
akua.
mahalo ke akua. Folks, let's go back to 1999. It was 25 years ago when Jerry and his friends joined us in the Dole Street facility. 25 years, just like Nā Mele is 25 years old. Let's go back.
Jerry Santos, pleased to be here at KHET Studios for the Nā Mele series to share with you some songs and stories. I grew up the youngest of 9 children on the windward side of a place called Kahalu'u. It was a fine childhood. Our days were spent fishing and swimming in the river, cruising around the mountain on horseback. But this is a song that speaks about change, the way people change, the the way places change, how we put those things together in our lifetime. For it is in remembering where we come from that we know who we are, and we have the foundation to greet anything that will come down the road. I remember days when we were younger. We used to catch opo in the mountain stream. Round the Kolau hills we'd ride on horseback. So long ago, it seems it was a dream. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. But I fear you won't be like I left you. Ke aloha ku me o kahalu. I remember days when we were wiser, when our world was small enough for dreams, and you have lingered there, my sisters. I have 6 of those, and I no longer can see. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. But I fear I am not as I left you. Ke aloha ku me o kahalu. Change is a strange thing, it cannot be denied. It can help you find yourself or make you lose your pride. Move with it slowly as on the road we go. Please do not hold on to me, we all must go alone. I remember days when we were smiling, when we laughed and sang the whole night long, and I will greet you as I find you, with the sharing of a brand new song. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you to please accept me as you'll find me. Ke aloha ku me o kahalu. used to be. Move over Manoa, light the path that leads her back to me. Long ago we danced beneath you, promising our hearts. Now the rains of cold love have driven us apart. Move over Manoa, touch her heart as much as you've touched mine. Move over Manoa, let her know my love stands for all time. Po anu hea e iano au me kou aloha I hea hoi ke ia mai ka puwai no kuhoa I ka rain tuahine. O e no ka I ho'o he no mauai a he lehi poi ma ku poli o kahi no kauha ka uyao mai e ko aloha a pili he mole wana nei a mele e kui po anu hea no kuhoa I ka rain tuahine no kuhoa I ka rain tuahine. I'd like to share with you a mele inoa or a name song written by my friend Tracy Farias for a mutual friend of ours, Mr. Kalanikoa Eoane. Joining me on bass, Wally Suenaga, and on ukulele, Brian Tolentino. Ai ai ke awawa o palolo, noho mai ka lei o ka puwai, mo ani nei ke alau na pua. Mana ono ke una. These words say there, in the valley of Palolo, dwells the lay of my heart, my special friend. And as the wind carries to me the fragrance of the flowers, my thoughts are filled with aloha for you. O nauna I ka lei ke honi ka wewehi ka maka na ho aloha o hai a mako me ke aloha ko aloha maka mai I ohu no mako. And so fragrant is my special lei, cherished in the eyes of all our many friends. For we have been surrounded by that love that adorns us and we hold close in sight. Ka he ke kahawai mai ke kuahiri, e hanai I ka aina uluwehi, ke lohe pono I ke kani a ka wai, lohe I ka leo nahe mai. The stream flows down from the mountainside, and as it passes through, it nourishes the verdant land below. And if we listen closely to the sound of the waters, that sweet voice can be heard there. Ue a kamakani me ka uali, e hula oni pu me ka hauli, piha ka mana o me Nā Mele ka maina, Nā Mele oni ka puwai. Will the wind and the gentle rain come together to dance a dance that is filled with joy? As our thoughts are filled with those old familiar melodies, the melodies that stir up the remembrance of aloha inside. Upao maui ke ala una e hipo e kako I ke aloha, haina ia mai ana ka buana, e oe kalani ko hei noa. And so may it linger forever, this wonderful fragrance, just as we are surrounded by that ever-present love. And it is with a great deal of aloha that we say, for you, Kalanikoa, is this mele ino. Upao maui ke ala unama, e hipo e kako I ke aloha, aina ia mai ana ka puana, e oe kalanikoa hei noa. E oe kalanikoa hei noa. He mele inoa ke ia no ko mako ho aloha, o kalanikoa kau ino he a ko aloha kane a ka mahale a ka la. A song of aloha for our friend Kalanikoa Iowane. Au hea wale oe ke aloha, awa puhi pala o ka ua noe, a ia no mea I ka poli o ke aloha. Our hearts beat like distant drums for you and I. It's first time love. First time love, like a first time for anything. First time love, more than I ever thought my first time love could be. Some say time makes dreams come true, as did mine when I met you. It felt so right, fit like hand in glove. You and I, it's first time love. First time love, like a first time for anything. First time love, more than I ever thought my first time love could be. Oh, he aloha, he aloha. Ava puhi palau kauanoe. Ae no mea I ka poli o ke aloha. E ku aloha ala oe. E ia nova ahuli akua. Ae a oe. E ku aloha ala oe. E ia nova ahuli akua. Ia oe. E ku aloha ala oe. E ia nova ahuli akua. Ae a oe. E ku aloha ala oe. E ia nova ahuli akua. Ia oe. Misty rain, full romance. Silent gaze, midnight dance. The sound of wind blows up above. For you and I, it's first time love. First time love, like a first time for anything. First time love, more than I ever thought a first time love could be. Like a first time for anything. First time love, more than I ever thought a first time love could be. First time love. midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you may be somewhere out walking after midnight, searching for me. I walk for miles along the highway, it's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. You know, I've seen a weeping willow cry on a pillow, maybe it's crying for me. And when the night is gloomy, the night will misassume me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I'm always walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you may be somewhere I'm walking after midnight, searching for me. Play some ukulele, Brian. Baby is crying for me. And when the night is gloomy, the night will mispursue me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I'm always walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you may be somewhere I'm walking after midnight, searching for me. My name, my oi, my name, my oi. Oh, you sweet thing. My name, my oi, my name, my oi. Oh, you sweet thing. Ko makae uwe, ko lana ho hai hai. My name, my oi, my name, my oi. Ana uwe hone aku, ei au la, ei au la. Oh, you sweet thing. Hey, oh, la, hey, oh, la. Oh, you sweet thing. Behea hoi nei a kino, behea hoi nei a kikala. Hey, oh, la, hey, oh, la. A mai ke po a kahiu, you walk by and I fall to pieces. Well, I fall to pieces each time I see you again. Well, I fall to pieces. How can I be just your friend? You want me to act like we've never kissed. You want me to forget, pretend we've never met. Well, I try and I try, but I haven't yet. Oh, you walk by and I fall to pieces. Play some bass, Wally. You want me to act like we never. You want me to forget, pretend we've never met. Well, I try and I try, but I haven't yet. Oh, you walk by and I fall to pieces. Oh, you walk by and I fall found the reason for staying. I found the beauty in saying, this is my home. Because here there are rainbows and mid-morning showers. People are laughing and loving their hours. The young and the old man at home, we are brothers. I am staying on home. I've got to be here. Home. I've got to be here. Well, I'm happy I had this opportunity to share a little music with you. You know, we live in one of the most beautiful places in the world, and it's up to each and every one of us to take care of it, to take care of the land, the ocean, our precious water, and each other with a little aloha. Here's hoping that the spirit that is Hawaii will fill your dreams with peace and your hearts with love. Nā ke akua e ho'opo mai ka ia o koa pau me ke aloha pau o ni. Aloha.
Ooh, memory lane now. 25 years ago.
Holy smokes. I lost that much hair in 25 years.
You and me both. No, you and me both. Hey, the interesting thing, you shared a story about that guitar that is seen in that performance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
You still
same
have it.
guitar. Yeah. That's
But there's
the
a
same
story
guitar.
behind that too. Share.
Well, you know, you have many moments in your life where you play instruments and sometimes they don't work properly. Israel had passed away. I loved Israel a lot. And I was singing at the commemoration at the state capitol. Mm-hmm. And I was singing somewhere over the rainbow and the electronics kept going out on the guitar. And I was, dang, you know, my friends are leaving and this could be me. I don't have money, but I'm getting a dang guitar today. So I went down to the shop and bought two of them. And that's how I ended up with this.
And you're still playing with
my
it today?
friend here, yeah. It's the same guitar I was playing in that.
When we lost brother, it's a great story. It's a great story, and it's been with you for over 25 years. Again, I want to thank folks who are watching, commenting. We're getting so many wonderful comments, a few donations as well. So thank you for donating, Christina Enaka and Linda K and a childless cat lady tech, according to this notes. I want to say mahalo to
Yay
folks.
for the
We got
childless
folks
cat
from
lady.
Texas joining us, Princeville, Kauai, Maui, British Columbia in Canada, Northwest in Wisconsin, saying aloha to you, Jerry, Oregon, state of Washington, so much more. So much more.
Oh, mahalo nui a o koa pau. Thank you very much. You know, I made so many friends in the 26 years I was at the Hilton, and people would come from all over the world to be there, not just because they like the music, but because the Hawaiian sense of place that we tried to create, I think, made people feel like they were actually part of a community.
People would
So
come
as a
just
result,
there.
you know, they have stayed in contact over the years, and always grateful for their aloha and presence.
I want to share one comment that's just really touched our hearts from Linda K. Thank you, Linda. I'm so grateful for all your wonderful Nā Mele programs. I love Hawaiian music. I love Jerry's music so much. My heart is smiling watching this beautiful presentation. Mahalo nui loa. That's when you talk about how music can touch people, it can change lives, it can heal. You are touching lives for decades now.
I think most musicians don't think of themselves in that way, but it's the byproduct of what you do. I think we create things for ourselves in our conversations, in our own mind and spirit. You know, sometimes the best way to work out something emotionally is to process it in a song, for me anyway. And when I get other people to see those things and I see the reflection that they understand it coming back through their eyes, I mean, those are the gifts that keep me going, because I've been doing this for a very long time and very humbled by the love that often pours in my direction.
Well deserved. Well deserved. One more comment I want to read. And again, I know we're having some other questions coming in. Comment from Crystal. This is beautiful. We are so blessed to have this music available. And thank you for all of those years of blessing folks with that music. Jerry, when you look back at your very long career, you've traveled the world. You've entertained side by side with some of the legends. We got a nice comment from Dr. Chun from Kamehameha Schools who said, "You are amongst the giants."
Well, that's extremely humbling because we all know his contribution to Kamehameha and the greater Hawaiian community at large. So to be aware of me is humbling, and to have him say those kinds of things makes me want to try harder.
Good for you. Even at the age of 54.
There's always something new that you can accomplish.
One of the things you shared inside when we were talking story in the back, you never sang concert glee.
No, I was at Kamehameha during the 1960s, and it really was a time of transition. The Vietnam War was going on, all kinds of things were happening, so it was happening in our microcosm as well. So Concert Glee Club was there. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I missed it. It was 7th and 8th grade I sang in the choir. And 9th grade, we made the transition to high school. We were the first co-ed class at Kamehameha. And somewhere in the later part of that year, I transitioned from being a boarder to a day student. And the horses became my whole realm of focus. So a lot of those things at Kamehameha, great programs. I was very involved in the drama program. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Bertino, who was there forever, bless his heart.
Yes.
He kept pictures and things from me when I was in high school, and when I was playing at Chai's one evening, he came to see me and brought me this whole envelope of stuff that he had collected. He goes, "I knew you would amount to something." I was just blown away by that whole thing.
Oh, wow, Mr. Bertino, just way back. A comment from Las Vegas, Carrie, mahalo PBS Hawaiʻi for your hard work of this stream, and look back at an island music legend in Jerry Santos. So you've reached legendary status. There's uncle status, there's kupuna status, there's legendary status.
I worry about the legendary status. To me, that means you're almost dead,
No, you very much. No. But I think about how we grow, we evolve, and then we look back. Right? We look back at who mentored us, who touched our lives. You mentioned a few names. When it comes to the music and who instilled that gift into you, you already, and somebody recognized your gift of voice, but who are your mentors early in career?
Music was always part of our existence. We came from not a lot and country living, and there were some situations in the home that were difficult. And when stuff got a little pupulit, my mother would throw us in the car and we'd go for a drive. And she was always singing. And my mother's brother lived in Papakole next door to Auntie Genoa Ke'ave. So she would always play Auntie Genoa's music and say, "Oh, that's a lady who lives next door to Uncle Sonny." So my mom always sang, and the music was just always there. Everybody in my life. But when we moved to Kahalua, I was 9 years old. I'm the youngest of 9 in my family. All my siblings are like 3 years older and above. So we moved to Kahalua. We ended up next to a hygienic store across the river. And this was a compound of real family. Grandparents lived above the store. Their son lived behind. Their daughter lived on the side. Old aunties, everybody lived in this compound. And many of their younger people from different family units all were raised in the same place. And they were all my age. So this became like my family and my posse. So in that unit, my sister Donna went to Sacred Hearts Academy, and she learned to play the guitar from one of the nuns. And she would come home and she would teach us, because it was all folk music and finger picking, which translates easily into Hawaiian music, but finger picking. So the first guitar stuff that I learned was actually because of a nun at Sacred Hearts Academy. So when I play at their benefits, I tell them I learned to play guitar here at Sacred Hearts, which they find pretty funny since it was a girls' school.
Yes, it still is. And so that's your early memory. But when you talk about how you've transitioned into the Waikiki, I know you shared a story about Karen Keawe Hawaii. When you folks really started to get into Waikiki back then, you could go lures and find Hawaiian music. And
it all happened kind of organically. I got my first job in front of the international marketplace. I think I was 19. I don't think I was old enough to drink. It was in that in-between period for the liquor laws. A cab driver had heard me singing on Waikiki Beach and said, "You're better than the guy across the street," and took me over there, and they gave me an audition and hired me. So I started playing there. But I've gone through the different periods of time. In the early years, like so many young people, we played what was popular on the radio. I mean, I grew up with my sisters and their 50s music, and my brother-in-laws who could play and sing, and different people in the family. And then at Kamehameha, my 8th grade classmate dorm mate was John Osorio, that from Hawaiian Studies program. John and I auditioned for the carnival, and we sang Teen Angel with our ukuleles. And Auntie Nona Beamer was there at the time, and she said, no. She took me outside and taught me to sing E Mama E, and explained why it was important that I sing Hawaiian music, which my mother had been saying anyway. So I think the fortunate thing for me along the way is, even though I pursued other avenues of popular music, the Hawaiian music was always the bastion of what I was trying to create. And as the years pass by and you see people like Kealoha and Auntie Genoa and Myra English and people like that, Bill Kaiva, passing by the wayside, you realize how more important it is to share that information that you've been able to glean. So I've been in a really good place of all those years in Waikiki, even before Olomana, being able to play with a lot of those kinds of people and just listening and watching.
And being a sponge. But then now sharing it with the next generation. Yeah, and that's a gift that if you're willing to learn, you're willing to share. If you go to Jerry's, the Olomana website, and I happened to click on it the other day, there's an image.
We don't update it a lot because Jerry is technically challenged.
There's an image of Jerry. Jerry, you look like John Lennon.
I thought I was John Lennon in 1970.
You had flowing
when I played at the
hair?
Crater, I had hair that blew in the breeze, and I think it blew away.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, in Kahaluu somewhere. But there's a beautiful shot of you with your glasses, and you look a lot like John Lennon. I just wanted to tell you that I thought that was very cool. Another comment from Vegas. Vegas is in the house. I'm new to Jerry. I have been introduced via my girl, Bev, and I'm so impressed with Jerry's kind spirit and love for the earth and people. Jerry brings love in my heart.
Oh, how nice.
Nice.
Mahalo.
Yeah.
Gosh.
He's new. Your music is new to him. Go figure. Here we are, still touching lives and reaching new ears and new hearts.
Auntie Emma DeFries, who was a mentor for me, who I met in the late 1970s during that whole Kaho'olawe era, often we would be at these gatherings and rallies where there would be heated conversations and speeches being made. And Auntie would say to me, "That's not your job. The job that you have is to be able to say these kinds of things about what you think and feel in a song, because sometimes people will hear in the song what they're not willing to hear if somebody is speaking harshly to them." So during that period of time, there really was an effort to remind us of what our kuleana was. Becoming a musician is one thing. Getting people to recognize you, the idea of celebrity, that never was an object of mine. But knowing that if people recognize you and they're listening to you and hearing what you say, you're able to share other things that you think are important without actually coming out and making a speech or a political platform or anything. So it's been really kind of an interesting thing for me to be able to stand in the front row through the music at so many transitions in Hawaii's history. So that's why when somebody like Michael Chan acknowledges that he knows who I am, I'm so humbled by that, because through that we saw, the beginnings of the Kaho'olawe movement, Waihole Waikani, land issues, the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. The last time my partner Robert Beaumont played with me was the day that the first board of trustees were inducted at Iolani Palace. The next day he was gone. Wow. So I have a picture of us playing for this organization, and not only did I help to disseminate the information that would start this organization, also went on to see that my second partner in music, Haunani Apoliona, not only got elected to the board, but became the chair of the thing. So when the music allows you to interact with people in a different level, where the music is part of it but not the whole thing,
I understand.
It just kind of feeds in there. And there was a kupuna on Molokai, Auntie Clara Ku. If Auntie Clara did a pule, she would bring heaven down to earth. Point that koko at you, she was formidable. But if we, even on Kaho'olawe, entered the kupunas or other people's presence without acknowledging that they were there,
Right.
How often do we see in our modern world where people just stand in the same room, they don't even look at each other or acknowledge that somebody is there? We were not allowed to do that. Auntie Clara would point her koko at us and go, "I hear ke aloha." Where is your aloha?
Right.
How do you not notice that a human being is standing next to you? Yeah, so those things kind of burn in the back of your mind when you hear these kinds of comments from other people.
Right.
I hope that I'm projecting those
You
kinds of things, but proof is in the pudding.
Proof is happening right in front as we talk story. This is a wonderful interview. Somebody says, "This is Laurie. I have been a huge fan of Jerry Santos and Olamana for years. Mahalo PBS Hawaiʻi." You mentioned how music has been a part of transition in your life. During the Hawaiian Renaissance, during the birth of Hokulea, of course Kaho'olawe, Waiahole, Waikane, and for you, and it is a lot of folks at home now who hear that song and they know exactly what it's about. It's Malama i Kawai, and take care of the water. The border water supply, that's one of the many, not causes, but organizations that have tapped into your voice and your message.
The Malama i Kawai is a collaboration because the real spirit comes from a ko'olau poko wahine named Mahealani Cipher. She was Denise DeCosta when she was at the Border Water Supply. But she was the education director there. And she said, when I think about something for the Board of Water Supply, I hear you. And it made perfect sense to me because every place I ever grew up, including Kahalu'u, the water was always present. Yeah, the streams in Kahalu'u when I grew up were filled with Samoan crab right off the bridge. If we went outside the backyard, there were schools of ahole hole and papio. Mullet would come up the stream. We would fish and eat stuff that was right out of the river. Now there's a lake there and the water is not clean. So you can't do that. So when they ask me, I'm like, I think when I went to sleep at night, I could hear the water coming down the river, hitting up against the side of the wall, and that bubbling sound as it went around the side. So I tried to create a guitar riff that sounded like water moving. It's the hardest thing I ever played. I don't think I can play it today, but
I was just going to ask you.
I could try, but it's a little difficult. And Denise wrote all of those. Mahelene wrote all of those beautiful commercials, and I was really glad to be part of it because the message has always been there, especially like for the kala farmers that I grew up with on the windward side, how important that water is to everybody. Life. And now we see later with the other problems that we've had with water, with radial and all the other things, how much more important that work is to continue and that the right people keep guiding us to a better place because more and more and more people need to use that resource, and without it,
there is no life.
There is no life.
Water is life. Malama i Kawai.
Cherish the water. Yes. A message from the Honolulu Board of Water Supply.
And that was an endorsement, but we recently lost Ms. Costa and all the beautiful things that she did for the city. Ago maho you, can you try and play that part?
Oh, good heavens.
I gotta ask, ask, dance.
Well, when I wrote this, I still had a lot more dexterity in my fingers. This is supposed to be the water.
Try hit your button, the volume.
Oops, we were talking about someone else forgetting to turn the guitar on, and look what I did. Oh my.
I'm not going to say who was. We good? Audio? Yeah, okay.
That's okay. The part that I didn't play well wasn't heard. One tiny raindrop in the middle of the sea helped to form this island, home for you and me. All of the beauty, all that we need, comes from the water, life's precious gift. O Ekalani, O Lakahonuva, for the life in these islands, e malamai kawai. Cherish the water, a message from the Honolulu Board of Water Supply.
They call that bonus. Hey, I always tell my kids,
I'd
ask,
like to add a little snippet.
Yes, please.
When they asked me to do the commercials, I did not consider the fact that I would be out in public after them, and that people would come up to me and ask me a million questions about water and technology and geology. I had no idea that that was going to be the case. Like you're walking around in the supermarket and, hey, bro, when it rains, how long will it take before you can use that water? And I'd have to go home and call Denise. I was like, what do I say? So she started sending me pamphlets, and,
Wow.
I started doing other kinds of stuff. And the other one was her little cute one, is your toilet singing to you?
Yeah.
You know how many times people have said to me that out in public?
Yes.
Is your toilet singing to you?
Singing.
Yeah,
That means
it was quite
leak.
it was a very popular commercial at the time.
Oh my gosh, what a great story. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for blessing us with your presence today and being a part of Nā Mele's celebration. 25 years, and it was 25 years ago when you made your first appearance on Nā Mele. It's amazing.
Well, my goodness, thank you for rejuvenating my presence, that people can see me with hair and I look a little bit younger. And it was fun to see Brian and Wally Suinaga. It's been a while since I've seen them and got to play with them, so it was a nice moment in time.
Folks, thanks for joining us again. We appreciate. I squeezed a song out of Jerry, but I'm going to ask him for sing one more song as we head off to the sunset. But mahalo for joining us, and mahalo for supporting PBS Hawaiʻi. We do what we do because of you. Because of you, we can. Okay. Aloha, Jerry. Mahalo.
Hi, mahalo nui, Ron. It was nice to talk story with you
Yes.
here in the studio, and to all of you out there supporting PBS Hawaiʻi. Mahalo for this work, because it allows us to take a look at our own life and our own work as well. So we appreciate you very much. I am grateful for the shining star that holds my gaze tonight, shining down on these many hearts far beyond my sight. I am grateful for the prayers of faith to heal this world in strife. I am grateful for the loving souls that fill this world with light. I am grateful for the gentle rain that falls this early morn, waking Mother Nature's wonders, hopeful and reborn. I am grateful for the loving faces of family and friends. I am grateful for Keakua's promise, love that has no end. They said it is more blessed to give than to receive, and I am overwhelmed by the love that was washes over me. May there always be a healing in this blessing of His song. And may this love go with you now. Keep you safe and keep you strong. And may this love go with you now. Keep you safe and keep you strong. I am grateful for the prayers of faith to heal this world in strife. I am grateful for the loving souls that fill this world with light.